In our last video, we went through a workflow audit. We went through the structure, so the workspace structure and architecture. This video will go through task quality, so task hygiene and task quality. Now, just for the purposes of transparency, this was a real audit that I did. However, I cannot just show the client's information, so I have recreated it in my demo space, but it is highlighting the same things. Now, the issues that we had were many layered tasks. Now, this is a feature that can be turned on or off at space level. This particular space had it on, however, it was causing confusion within the team. So I'm going to show you what we did to reduce the confusion. We put a SOP in place so that the team knew how many levels they can go in. And then I'm going to show you how we turned it off just to ensure that not too many layered tasks or nested tasks were allowed moving forward. Now, there are plenty of use cases for layered tasks, but this particular team needed them turned off. So I'm going to go over to our demo space, and this is an example. So they had a parent task, and then they had a child task, and then they had another set of child tasks. Now, what we decided was that you would have a parent task, one child task, and then move anything below that into checklist items. So I'm going to copy these and go over to this task. And here where it says create checklist, we're going to name them so we're giving the list a name, and then we're going to add the items that need to be added. So 1, 2, and 3. And now that they are done, I'll highlight these and remove them. I prefer that we archive everything, but I'm going to remove it here just to reduce confusion. So now when we go up, we can see that we have our parent task, we have our subtask, and then you can see there are checklist items below. So I'll do the same here. So I'm going to copy and copy and copy. And then here, give the list a name, and then create your checklist items. And now that they're done, I'll highlight them all and delete them. I'm just going to do the final one for completeness. .1, .2, .3. Then I'll grab these and delete them. There we go. But you can see now when we go back to the parent, we have our subtask with our checklist items. So it will only go parent, child, and then checklist. And that's how we did that. So now that that is cleaned up, we're going to just assign them all to the appropriate work stream so that they can show up on the right tab. So I've highlighted them all. I'm going to choose the app work stream. I must set a priority because I cannot see it without a priority. And then from here, you can assign the assignees. Now, if these tasks, if some of the subtasks were not going in the app workstream, then we can just move it over to UX. And then when we go over to the UX view, we would be able to see it. So we've got subtask 1, and there it is. One thing to be mindful of is when we are viewing our subtasks in this view, we want to ensure that we're showing the tasks as separate, subtasks as separate, but I'll go over that in the next video. So that is how we went through and cleaned up the list so that we could only go one level deep. We turned anything below the child task into a checklist item. And then we cleaned it up by ensuring that it's assigned to the appropriate work stream and assignee. The next thing that we did to ensure that only one set of child tasks, so one layer of nested tasks, were allowed is turn off that ClickUp on a more global scale. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You need to be an admin in order to turn this off. So we're going to go to settings, and then we're going to go to the App Center, integration and ClickUps. We're going to go to all ClickUps, and then from here, we'll scroll down to tasks, where we can then see nested subtasks, and you can change this. I think when they turn this on, it defaults to 7, but you can change the subtask level to 2, which will resolve it moving forward. In the next video, we are going to go through the next recommendation, which would be statuses and workflows.